Hello and welcome to Day 2 of Winter Weather Awareness Week. This is Carrie Jones alongside Amanda Martin, and each day this week we've highlighted a fresh new topic related to winter weather in the state of New Mexico. Tuesday's topic, watches, warnings, and advisories. Wednesday, cold season precipitation types. Thursday, climatology and the winter outlook, and we'll wrap it up on Friday. So Amanda, let's talk a little bit more about cold season precipitation types and specifically conditions that create the different ways of snow, sleet, and freezing rain.
Well, Carrie, snow occurs when the temperature is below freezing, all the way down to the surface. What happens is you get the precipitation develops as snow and then reaches the ground as snow. Our next precipitation type would be sleet. And what happens is sleet, it develops much like snow, but instead of the temperature being completely below freezing, there is a shallow, warm layer just above the surface. So what you get is the precipitation develops as snow, falls into this warm layer and melts, and then goes back into the cool layer and begins to refreeze. Our next is freezing rain. And freezing rain, again, much like sleet, except you have a deeper, warmer layer that this precipitation falls into. So freezing rain occurs when a very cold air mass at the surface is topped by a deep layer of warm air. Snowflakes melt as they fall, then instantly freeze on surfaces once they make in contact with the surface. So we don't see freezing rain very often, but when we do, it's primarily in the eastern plains. So let's talk more about snow, which we do see more of. Carrie?
Yeah, we do, and certainly we all love snow. And if you take an up-close and personal look at snowflakes, it's very, very fascinating. All snowflakes are hexagonal, which means six-sided, because water molecules bond only at 120 degrees. The type of snow crystal that forms in the atmosphere and the cloud-bearing region of the atmosphere depends on the temperature and the relative humidity of the air at that altitude. Dendrites, which we commonly refer to as snowflakes, are common at temperatures between about minus 12 centigrade and minus 16 centigrade, while plates form at both colder and warmer temperatures. Shapes are typically more simple at lower humidities and more complex, often larger in size at higher humidities. Wind, both horizontal and in the vertical, can fracture snow crystals or cause them to clump together, so it's really a factor of all three elements, both wind in the horizontal and vertical, as well as temperature and relative humidity. So all these work together to maximize snow growth. And for more information on snowflakes, you can visit the website shown here in the lower right, which provides just a great deal more information on formation, different types of snow crystals, and so forth. So Amanda, we need the precipitation. We want the precipitation. How can folks get involved?
Well, to report your precipitation, whether it be winter precipitation or even over the summer, when we get precipitation then, we have this site called CoCoRaHS, and CoCoRaHS is a grassroots, nonprofit, community-based precipitation network made up of volunteers from across the state. And for more information on this, you can go to CoCoRaHS.org. We have close to 700 volunteers across the state of New Mexico, and what these people do is whenever it does rain or snow, they report back to us and give us that information, which we really need. And so how do we use this information, Carrie?
Well, we do use it daily, actually, and especially when we have precipitation events that come through the state. We take all of these CoCoRaHS reports and we ingest them into our weather system here at work and develop a Google-based display map that shows all the CoCoRaHS reports from around our area. And here's an example showing snowfall reports in the Four Corners area, Farmington, Bloomfield, and Aztec. And then in the same system, we actually had rain that fell on the far east central plains. So these precipitation reports are absolutely critical to providing us here at the National Weather Service, as well as lots of folks, with that information on a daily basis. We hope you've enjoyed today's discussion on precipitation types here as we move into the cold season. For other information, please visit our website at weather.gov/abq, We have linked in the top news section a link to this winter weather awareness page, and each tab has great information related to the types of winter weather hazards, safety, preparedness, etc. here throughout the cold season. Once again, this has been Carrie and Amanda from the National Weather Service in Albuquerque. Join us tomorrow as Winter Weather Awareness Week in New Mexico continues.